What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, coming at you with part 2 of your WrestleMania 29 preview and predictions. You're going to see links in the description. You're going to see annotations on the screen all throughout this video. Click on that if you want to see part 1. But I'm going to get right into it. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about to you guys. I'm going to start off with The Undertaker versus CM Punk. Now, what is my prediction for this match? The fact that Paul Bearer's death has been inserted in this storyline has completely changed the complexity of this match. And not for the good either, because again, it becomes too predictable. As I'm sure we all know, The Undertaker will defeat CM Punk at WrestleMania on April 7th. But my prediction for this match still stands, and it's not what I just mentioned. The legendary career of The Undertaker is put into perspective every time around this year. He is simply the greatest of all time. And with every year, The Undertaker's streak of being undefeated at WrestleMania grows more impressive. With The Undertaker nearing retirement, we are always wondering if the streak will ever be broken, or who will come along in this era to defeat The Undertaker and do what no one else has done, and that's beat him at WrestleMania. The last 4 years, we've been blessed and treated to some of the greatest, most epic battles that we will ever see at WrestleMania. 2 times with Shawn Michaels, 2 times with Triple H. The storytelling by all 3 men that has eclipsed over the past 4 years is some of the greatest storylines ever, and something that will never be duplicated. With those past events now behind us, and their memories that will certainly live on forever, we now come to 2013. WrestleMania 29, and a match that will undoubtedly steal the show on April 7th. CM Punk has been chosen to stand face-to-face with The Undertaker in his ring on his night for a chance to do what no one else has been able to do, and that is pin The Undertaker at WrestleMania 29. With years prior, most of us were left with that familiar feeling of knowing come WrestleMania, The Undertaker was almost a sure win. I am here to tell you tonight, this year is going to be different. CM Punk is not HBK. CM Punk is not Triple H or Batista or Edge. If you look at certain things that happened in the WWE within the past 6 months and try to make sense of them, I can give you a better understanding of why my prediction for this match is what it is. CM Punk has held the WWE Championship for 434 days, longer than anyone in this era, 5th longest of all time. We all knew come Royal Rumble that he would be facing The Rock. We knew WWE wanted The Rock versus John Cena to headline this WrestleMania, WrestleMania 29, again, but this time for the WWE Championship. My gripe with Punk losing the WWE Championship to The Rock is that The Rock is a part-timer, showing up whenever he's available, not dedicated to the product, and Punk is on the road 365 days a year, certainly working injured, certainly working banged up, and he's perfecting his craft every night. Why would the WWE disrespect all that Punk has done to this product and to the WWE Championship? Having him drop the belt to The Rock, when I know for a fact it's something I'm sure Punk was not in favor of. WWE had this all planned out. Drop the title to The Rock, lose the rematch at the Elimination Chamber, lose to Cena on Monday Night Raw for a chance to fight The Rock for a 3rd time again, and we will give you the undefeated streak of The Undertaker at WrestleMania 29. The WWE cannot afford to have CM Punk lose 4 incredibly huge matches in a row, as it will tarnish his credibility to get the job done at a high level in the main event. The Undertaker, as I have read several articles and reports, is one guy that cares for the business and wants to do what's best for the business. The Undertaker doesn't want his legacy to overshadow the WWE and the wrestling business. The Undertaker is willing, and has been willing in recent years, to give up the streak to the right guy, in the right situation. It's Vince McMahon and the WWE who don't want to let the streak die. The Undertaker will always and forever be remembered for what he has given us in the ring. Forever. Remember that word. It's very powerful, and the key word in what I'm trying to say here. No one will ever come along and duplicate what The Undertaker has done in professional wrestling. No one will ever look at The Undertaker any differently if he was to lose at WrestleMania. We will forever see a legend, no matter if he's got 1 loss or remains undefeated. He's a hero, and one of the greatest of all time. I have always been one to say that the streak must never end. This year is different. If there's one man to do it in past years, it should have been Shawn Michaels, and that didn't happen. You don't have many CM Punks just walk into a wrestling organization and perform on a completely different level than everyone in the world, in the ring, and on the microphone. If this is the year the streak ends and Punk is really the man to be handed the key to this kingdom, he will become the greatest of all time. There is honestly no real negative to the streak ending. In fact, what is the positive we get out of The Undertaker winning and becoming 21-0? There isn't any. Yes, this match will be a classic, but the positive... What is the positive of The Undertaker winning when he's done literally everything in the WWE? The one thing the WWE has done to perfection is protect the streak, and have built up the streak to immortal type status. If Punk wins, he is immortal. No one will ever be able to take that away from him, and a new legend will be born. The Undertaker passes the real torch and will forever be amongst the greats, never to be duplicated. What do we as the fans get out of all this? Memories of a lifetime that we will take to our graves, tell our kids, tell our grandkids. Where were you when CM Punk pins The Undertaker at WrestleMania 29, breaking the streak and becoming a legend? Punk wins, and The Undertaker is 20-1 at WrestleMania. Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. Now, the reason why Brock Lesnar is must-see is because he's unpredictable. The reason why Brock Lesnar is back is because people want to see him. They want to see what he does next. He commands your attention when he's on camera. The reason why Brock Lesnar really was brought back is because no matter how much he wants to deny it, Vince sees UFC and Dana White as direct competition to WWE. When Brock Lesnar is involved in a feud or a storyline with top-tier talent, it's just entertaining to the point where you have to watch because of his unpredictability. And with Paul Heyman by his side, he's one of the best in the business on the microphone. He's going to get the job done, making Lesnar look even better. On the opposite side, we have Triple H, who's one of the greatest of all time. He's been involved in some of the greatest matches ever. Again, not many wrestlers in this organization in the world can match Triple H's intensity. I have absolutely no problem with this match happening after I initially said that I didn't want this match to happen because I didn't want to see the rematch. The two are a great pair, a great match together, and will work well together because of what each man brings to the table. And a no-holds-barred match is going to work perfectly in this situation. And being that it's WrestleMania, I'm sure both guys are going to go out there and put on one hell of a show. The one thing that is a huge, glaring negative here is that the outcome is very predictable. The finish is very predictable, and I'm sure you all see it coming. You know, especially with the added stipulations of Triple H's career being on the line, something the WWE really didn't need to add here. Brock got the best of Triple H at SummerSlam, broke his arm, he broke Shawn Michaels' arm. It's wrestling logic that if the babyface loses first, gets torn up, his buddies get destroyed by the heel, that he will ultimately get his revenge and stand tall in the rematch. If the WWE doesn't want that horrible aftertaste in their mouth flowing following this show, with the backlash of fans already saying that this is the most predictable WrestleMania of all time, Brock Lesnar needs to win this match. Why? Triple H's in-ring career is over. There's absolutely no payoff for him to win this match. WWE just signed Brock Lesnar through WrestleMania 2015, in which he will be appearing at all major pay-per-views in between. You have him for 2 years. Make the most of it. Build him up as a dominant heel, the most dominant heel on your roster. Unlike The Rock, he will be around throughout the year. There's a payoff with Lesnar in that he is signed for 2 more years. Triple H is in a suit and tie now. He doesn't need this win. He's the COO. He needs to take the loss to Lesnar. Lesnar needs to win more than he does. But I'd be shocked if Brock Lesnar gets the win here. But I'm going with the wrestling logic. I want Lesnar to win, but I'm going with the wrestling logic. The face will get his revenge, and also the simple fact that WrestleMania 30 is next year, and I'm sure WWE is going to build that up to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time. You know Triple H is going to want to wrestle there. You know Triple H is going to want to be a part of that. Why would they have Triple H lose here? Brock Lesnar takes the loss. Triple H is victorious at WrestleMania 29. And finally, guys, The Rock versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. This was a match last year that I was very much looking forward to because I knew the interactions between the two men would be great. And they didn't disappoint. Cena, whether you love him or you hate him, is great in the ring. He may not be the best, but he gets the job done every single time. And I dare any one of you listening to me right now to go out and find a match where you can say John Cena had a bad match. His promo skill is some of the best in the business when he's not catering to the young children and not being cheesy. When he gets down to it and shows his intensity and his passion, that's where he really shines on the microphone. On the opposite end, we have The Rock. I went on record to say that this really isn't The Rock I watched growing up, and it really isn't. This is a more mature Rock. This is The Rock, the Hollywood actor. He isn't hungry anymore. He doesn't have that drive and determination anymore. You know, he has nothing to prove. And to be perfectly honest with all of you, it shows in his approach with this match against John Cena at WrestleMania 29. And it showed in his approach against CM Punk. He brought nothing new to the table. And it's the same old story every time he cuts a promo. Same thing with Punk, same thing with Cena. Last year was ideal because that was The Rock's big comeback. That's when he had something to prove. Something to prove that he still had it. He was very good in the ring last year against Cena. Not the best, but last year, you know, we're not even looking at last year. It's this year that we're concerned about. His promos last year were vintage Rock. They're funny, yet serious at the same time. This year, The Rock seems to be flat and stale. The intensity that was shown last year is just not there. In fact, The Rock really hasn't been around for much of this WrestleMania season due to prior obligations in Hollywood. How can you build a match when your champion, the man who represents your company, is absent? You can't. Why did you give him the title at the cost of not having the man, you know, represent the title on your shows? You know, it's like, why would you take the title off CM Punk? It's a slap in the face to CM Punk and a slap in the face to the WWE Championship. But all this shows the audience that WWE only cares about making money. It shows their laziness in building new stars for the audience instead of depending on past stars and highlighting them in WrestleMania rematches or main events. The only difference in this year's Rock vs. Cena match is that the WWE Championship is now on the line. And like I said, with The Rock being absent and 2 Monday Night Raws left to build this match, how am I supposed to get excited? All because this is The Rock versus John Cena in a WWE Championship match, I'm supposed to be excited? It doesn't work that way. The Rock is simply back for a paycheck. John Cena has been and will be the face of the company after this match. Rock has handed the WWE, The Rock was handed the WWE Championship to get this WrestleMania 29 card, the biggest buy rate in the company's history. John Cena won the Royal Rumble because it only made sense to pair the two together again in the main event this year. The Rock is going to drop the title, and John Cena is your new WWE Championship, with The Rock moving on next year to challenge Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. Those are your preview and predictions, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you agree with me on most of what I said here. If you disagree with me, I would love to hear you in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about CM Punk versus The Undertaker. If you agree with me or disagree with me on my valid points about that match. Let me know what you think about John Cena versus The Rock. Let me know what you think about Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. If you guys missed episode 1, there will be a link in the description below. Click on that. It'll take you right to episode 1 in a new window. Or you can click on the annotations that you've seen all through this video. I hope you guys enjoy WrestleMania 29. I'm sure I'll be watching. I'll be tweeting live as it happens. You guys can join me again on YouTube this coming Tuesday for my Monday Night Raw review. But until then, guys, let me hear your opinions on WrestleMania 29. I'm out, and I'll talk to you all later.